Would you rather win any sport,
Okay.
like a game, a match, anything, because someone got a penalty, or know that you won, but have your win stripped away?
So, where's this come from, John?
This comes from Lexi Thompson, a golfer in the LPGA. She had kind of coasted into the finals. She was up by 4 strokes and had basically won, but a viewer called in talking about her second to last round, had an issue with how she had placed a ball, saying, hey, she didn't place that correctly. Like, that should be a 2-stroke penalty. So LPGA did assess that 2-stroke penalty, and because that 2-stroke penalty was then assessed, her scorecard was also wrong, which is a 2-stroke penalty as well, giving her 4 strokes off
Plus
her previous day. Yeah. So she ended up going into the tiebreaker that they do in golf. I think they play a couple holes and ended up losing.
Yeah.
She still took home $250,000.
But got second instead of first.
Got second instead of first. First place got $455,000 or so.
So a little bit more than half of what she could have got.
But she's an Olympian. She is only 22. You know, you would assume best days are ahead of her.
You would hope.
Now,
but how many people in athletics peaked by the age of 22?
Right. So this brings us back to the would you
I
rather.
definitely peaked by the age of 22.
I think I peaked when I was like 16 or so. Would you rather win because somebody got a penalty, or know that you won but have your win stripped away?
I feel like that rule has happened more often in the PGA and LPGA. Well, I guess that's the only place it could actually happen. They have a rule where viewers can call in and submit complaints to rule violations that maybe officials did not see on the course.
And
so
it rarely happens.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But we definitely talked about it once last year. And a lot of times you see it in the big golf tournaments where a golfer takes a practice swing and the ball brushes to the side or something and nobody notices it, or he snaps a piece of grass and that counts as a stroke. Something very, very minor. Just like this. Just didn't place the ball close enough to where she was supposed to place it.
Yep, just
thus
like an
causing
inch
her
away of where it should have
4
been.
strokes. Back to the would you rather. I would rather win because somebody else messed up, because now I'm the winner.
Yeah. I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry. Yes, it's better
I
to have the
become the
title,
winner
but
at that
doesn't
point.
it take something away from that win?
A little bit.
You know that you should have been second place.
A little bit, but I will reap the benefits.
The winner in this case, and I'm going to butcher the name, but it's So Yeon Ryu. She did end up winning in the kind of tiebreaker. She said afterward, it's kind of bittersweet because it's really awkward, and
Right.
I don't want to seem too excited because I know that Lexi Thompson should have won.
Yeah.
So,
And one going away should have won.
at
by
the
4
same
strokes.
time, Lexi Thompson technically cheated. There's a rules official that goes around with every group. So I would rather be Lexi Thompson and know that I made a mistake so that I can better myself for the next time around.
So this brings up another conversation that we've probably already had before. Do you like this rule that viewers can call in and file a complaint that a rule was broken?
I think cheating is cheating.
Okay.
I think if the rules are broken and things are such, as they are in the PGA and LPGA, that this can happen, but I don't think she should have been assessed the extra 2 strokes. So if you're going to get her for not placing the ball correctly, that's fine. Like, I don't have an issue with that. Give her the 2 strokes because she did technically cheat. But don't make her take the 2 strokes for the wrong scorecard just because somebody said a day later, like, oh, hey, you can't do that. Now,
That's the part that I disagree with as well. That because it was a day later, she can't have a correct scorecard because she wasn't in the know at that point. And this sort of scenario is not cheating on purpose. It's a cheating on accident type of deal. It's very unlikely that she moved the ball an inch or 2 inches forward to place the ball because she thought it'd give her a better lie. It's because she accidentally got too far away from her spot.
At the same time, though, there's a rule official with them all the time.
He should have seen it.
Could have easily asked about it. Mm-hmm. So if you're Lexi Thompson, you got to ask. Just double check, make sure.
Or what's the rules official doing at this point? What is he there for if he's not there to enforce rules?
Just hanging out. Just making sure they don't do anything too erroneous.
I'm just getting a paycheck here.
Yep. So I think the main thing is the extra 2 strokes there, because that seems like BS.
But you're okay with if during a round of the Masters this weekend, during the round before a golfer finishes the 18th hole and puts the ball in the hole on the 18th, signs his scorecard and enters his scorecard in. I think it's okay to file a complaint within those 18 holes before he turns his scorecard in. If he's notified before that, then it's fair game. But once that scorecard is signed and turned in, I don't like the extra penalty for having an incorrect scorecard because somebody called in.
Yeah. Now, if
you have an incorrect scorecard because you're dumb and you signed the wrong scorecard, then that's your fault.
Which I was talking to a buddy who golfed previously, and he was saying if you sign a scorecard and your score is too high, so like you have docked yourself a stroke or two on accident, that's okay. They will let you have a wrong scorecard if it becomes worse for you.
But they won't fix it?
Right. They won't fix it. That's just, it's your problem at that point.
So say I turn in a scorecard that is 5 strokes less than what I actually did. Now, do I lose those 5 strokes and 2 more strokes? So I lose 7?
You would lose. I don't know the exact rule, but I know you would lose some.
So if I dock myself 5 strokes, or like if I do 5 less strokes, and I only get a 2-stroke penalty, now I'm 3 strokes less than what I actually golfed. I'm okay with that.
It seems like they probably give you an extra penalty for every stroke that you miss. Yeah. Now, 2 years ago, she would have been totally disqualified if this had happened. Oh, wow. But they recently changed a rule where if you have the wrong score, it's only docking you strokes instead of just totally throwing you out. So it could have been a lot worse. A lot of people are saying, oh, you shouldn't be able to call in, but this is how golf is. Like, it's almost impossible for everyone to see absolutely everything that's going on at once, whereas in football, you have, 11 guys on each side. You have 2,000 cameras almost.
Yeah, it feels like
and you're seeing every single angle. There are replays, and you can actually see everything that's going on. I don't mind the crowdsourced information. So
crowdsourcing.
What? That's essentially what it is.
True.
Some fat guy on his couch is calling in.
Hey,
okay.
I don't like her.
Maybe it's a skinny guy.
She cheated.
So he calls in and says that. I think that's okay as long as it's within that time period. They should have a dedicated line that people during a round are able to call and say, hey, you should recheck that. I think they screwed up.
During a round.
Right. Because who knows? If Lexi Thompson knows going into day 2 that she needs to take a few more risks, she's going to do so.
Exactly.
But she thought she was okay. Midway through her last round, they come up and tell her. She ends up having to go to that tiebreaker. So that's the part that sucks to me.
Yes.
You cheat, you cheat. Like that's the thing. In football, they retroactively take away trophies, take away games. In the Olympics, they retroactively take away medals for steroids and other things. So I don't have an issue with the retroactive stuff. Thanks for watching.
Be sure to subscribe. Yes, the red button or this little circle thing here.
You can also find us on thatonesportshow.com or iTunes.